Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Thanks for coming out. Thanks for coming out. I know you guys drove to be here, and yeah, so I used to have a podcast. I don't know if anybody follows me still from the podcast, but there's been a lot of stuff going on lately. And my last video I did recently, just paranoid conspiracy guy. I've been watching, a lot of conspiracy stuff again recently. And I've been tuned out of the news because I don't know, it's all stupid, and I kind of wanted to tune out, so I guess that's why I was watching more conspiracy stuff. But it really does go pretty far. Like a lot of the conspiracy, I mean, some of it. Some once in a while you'll find a good conspiracy podcast that kind of they don't believe everything. They don't have crazy people on that are clearly mentally ill with crazy claims that no one can, and they don't dismiss everything. And one is called Mysterious Universe, and I guess they're Australian. That's like the one podcast that isn't either like they're okay. So there's a lot. I'm gonna sound like I'm really bitching about podcasts, but oh, and I got a new computer, and I'm not used to this. I had to get a webcam because it's a desktop, but it is better than my old laptop. I don't know why that camera was so bad, because it was a pretty decent laptop. I mean, it was a gaming laptop, and but it overheated a lot. Like when I had, I don't know, like 3 different podcast episodes when I had somebody on. It was always when someone was on. It would just overheat and shut down, and I'd have to like message them and be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm a fucking idiot." And you look like you don't know what you're doing, because I didn't know why it was doing that at the time. But anyway, I did get a new computer, not really just for video, not for a podcast thing. But yeah, Mysterious Universe, look them up. Although they are quitting the podcast, so like I'm pretty bummed that they are they're quitting the podcast, because first of all, it looks like although they did it for like 19 years or something crazy, and they have everything on their website, but you have to pay to go listen to older episodes. But anyway, so yeah, I was listening to a lot of conspiracy stuff, and I don't know, like, so I don't know, I haven't really been that politically open. Like, I did talk about that stuff on my podcast a lot, but I mean, like, I did want Trump to win this time. I'll just be honest. I was glad he won. I'm not gonna go into my voting history or anything, but I used to be, like a Democrat. Well, I guess I used to be on the left when I was in my 20s, and then didn't think about it for a while. And then kind of thought I was an independent or something, and now I just don't really care about picking a side, because I really don't like any of them. Like, so I wanted Trump to win, and I was glad he won. And I'll be honest, like, it was mainly the economy was so bad, and it really wasn't. That wasn't the problem. Like, the problem was that they were lying about. They were pretending it was okay. And by the way, I'm not looking at the camera enough, but it's up on top of my monitor, so it's weird. I mean, that would be funny if you're staring at the camera angrily ranting. It's kind of like scarier, or like more, I don't know, maybe that's how I should do it, but so yeah, I was very concerned about the economy, and I was unemployed for like most of last year, and that's why I quit the podcast. And I don't know what I don't know what's going on. It really does seem fake or something. When I was younger, I watched The Daily Show like a lot. I mean, this was like when the Iraq War was going on, so I was like, "Oh, I hate Republicans. I hate George W. Bush." And yeah, I still would hate going to war like that over to a country that wasn't responsible for 9/11. I mean, and then I did discover Alex Jones back then. Back then, he wasn't somebody you can't even name. Like I don't know how many people were aware of him back then. But I know Rogan was aware of him like back then, probably. Um, and yeah, so, but yeah, I watched The Daily Show all the time. I thought like, but then I went to college, and when Obama ran, me and my friend there were like the only people that weren't like, I don't know, like psyoped. We weren't really affected by the psyoping going on about Obama. Like, I get that he was like a black guy running for president, but like the whole like, like change, we're gonna change everything didn't make sense, and it doesn't. We were right. I was right that he was just a guy running for president. Like, if he would have been like, hey, first black guy, like that is true, But like he was acting like everything's gonna change. We're all gonna be happy now. And I don't. Maybe he meant no, because there was a ton of celebrities just acting like he was gonna change everything. Like there were a ton of ads about it. Like, and when he ran, like all of a sudden, me and my friend got asked if we're registered to vote, like constantly all the time. People with Obama like shirts on, and it was like a crazy push. And they were treating him like he was like the next coming or something. And a lot of people, I wasn't really thinking like now, where I know now that the deep state really is running the country. But yeah, that was pretty crazy with Obama, and then he won, and everybody was like, everything's changed. They like walked around campus, and me and my friend were just kind of like laughing, but also like, what the hell is going on? Like, but a lot of people were convinced by that. And he was like probably the last charismatic, like put in there politician, like groomed into being a politician that they'll ever have. I feel like the left especially can't find anybody that's even close to charismatic. Some people think, oh, Obama wasn't either. Like, no, he was pretty convincing. Like, yeah, he wasn't like, I mean, his speech is like, but he was on all these shows and he could like talk to people like Bill Clinton could, I guess. It's kind of the same thing as Clinton, I guess. But those are the last two guys that I guess they can't find anybody else that's not crazy or like, yeah. So like the last, like 10 years, I've been like, something's wrong. Like, cause I don't know, ever since I was like, well, I don't know if I guess like I was young and I thought, oh, old people are Republicans. Like my parents are Republicans. So like that means you're old and like out of touch. And like, I don't know if I thought, oh, that means you're racist and a piece of shit. Like, maybe I thought that when like, we went to the Iraq War, and I even thought, maybe we did the whole Twin Tower thing. By the way, I did get a couple warnings on a couple videos on YouTube and they were both about conspiracy. Like, and I was like jokingly bringing these up, but like, that is weird that they would. So if I remember which ones they are, I'll try to avoid those words. I mean, I feel like it could have been AI doing that. I don't know. They weren't like they weren't strikes or anything, but yeah, so Obama, and then Oh yeah, I was in college when like the recession. Remember the Wall Street stuff? Remember Occupy Wall Street? Like that was actually something I was on board with, and I still would be on board with that actually, even though it would be like socialism and like Antifa and stuff. Somehow, like Occupy. What I thought it was, this is why I was on board, was like, yeah, there's a huge wealth gap. There's a huge wage gap with everybody, not just women versus men or something like that. They talked about the 1% versus the 99%. That was I was like, yeah, I'm on board with this. Why is there so much wealth in the 1% and then ours keeps going down? Now no one talks about it. I mean, somehow like that Occupy started and they just squashed it, and then now it's all like, hey, let's divide, let's all hate each other with a race, or like, hey, women versus men, or like, the genders are fake or whatever. Like, yeah, they are winning with that. I mean, we forgot completely about the income thing, which is like, well, like I said, I was like unemployed last year, and that was really scary. Like I really couldn't believe how hard it was to get through the hiring process. Like, and I thought it was my degree. I was like, is it this field I'm in? Which it could be. That could make it harder because I'm in more of a niche thing. But the funny thing was, in the recession, like 2011, I was in grad school for it, and they were like, we're actually having more jobs now because of like. So I don't know. But yeah, last year was, Biden. I mean, that was really scary because they just kept saying, "Oh, the job report is good. And they weren't. Like, and because they were left, liberal Democrats, like nobody really was calling it out. Like, and that was what was scary. I mean, if Trump was president, I also would have been just as upset. Like, who, like, but people would have been free to call it out, and like everybody would on top of it. The media would have talked about it more, but they were just pretending everything was fine, and they weren't talking about. I mean, the crazy stories I saw of people unemployed for like longer than I was, and it was a lot of tech jobs too, because AI was getting bigger. Like, and I was really getting nervous about that. I still am actually. Um, yeah. So I was, glad Trump won, but then now I'm not. I'm pretty upset with the Epstein stuff, and really, I don't know if our economy's getting better. I mean, hopefully, but yeah, the Epstein stuff is pretty like blatantly like go fuck yourself. Like they're basically telling us to go fuck ourselves. And I do think they did threaten people. Um, you know, maybe that lady Bondi or whatever. I don't know, but I'm sure they did to those two that were on Rogan saying, the Patel guy and stuff. Like, I'm sure they did threaten their families or something. I'm not even joking. Like, and I'm kind of like, yeah. I mean, I kind of feel like all these conspiracy, and people are still calling the Epstein thing a conspiracy. Like, you know, where was that? I should just find one of these articles because okay, yeah, like I'm gonna. This is ridiculous, man. If I can even, I don't even know if I can figure this out right now. I'll just play. Yeah. Oh, wait. All right, I guess I'll have to just put it on top of me for now. Yeah, see here it says conspiracy theorists are turning on the president. Conspiracy theorists. And this is I don't know, what is this, MSN? So now they're saying that it's a right wing conspiracy to think something happened with Epstein. To think that is a thing at all is now a right wing. Like, I know people were talking, like, left wing people were saying Trump was involved. Like, there are definitely left leaning people that want something to happen with the Epstein files. Like, and the fact that they're even calling this a conspiracy theory still, like, what are you talking about? I mean, maybe, I don't know. I feel like everybody thinks that's messed up with Epstein. Like, there's no way. I hear people, like regular people. I was on a walk the other day and I just heard random people going like, that Epstein, like they were talking about it. And this was before, by the way, this recent thing where they said there's nothing to it or whatever. This was like a couple weeks ago. So everybody knows something is going on with Epstein. And they're now just I mean, I was like, why didn't you just not say anything? Why didn't you just keep stretching it if you don't want to, like, go into it, if you're afraid to do anything with it, if that's what it is, you know? A lot of people would say they're covering for him or whoever, you know, the FBI or whoever. By the way, there's no way he wasn't FBI or CIA connected. Like, there's no way. Like, you have to be, I don't know. I mean, I have read and watched a lot of stuff about Epstein, and I started to read, like, Whitney Webb's book about, although she didn't even, like, I didn't even get to the Epstein part in that, because, like, she made a 2-part book where it's, like, the first book is just all the other blackmail operations that the government did before Epstein. And it's, like, hard to read. It's, like, not, like, I wish it was better written where there was, like, a narrative that was easier to read. It's just a ton of info. But I did read a lot of that, and it's you know, a lot of those were, like, just confirmed things that everybody knows now. The stuff with Edgar Hoover and there's just a lot of there was something with, like, these weird parties that, like, Hoover went to, and he would, like, dress as a woman or something, and they would record people getting with little boys. This was in the book, all sourced, and that was way before Epstein. And then there's, like, this other book I read recently called the Franklin Cover Up or the Franklin Scandal, because there's 2 different books about it. But yeah, I read that book, and they, like, meaning the FBI. I don't really know the difference between FBI and CIA. They're both obviously. I don't know. Like, what good have they ever done? You know, can somebody tell me, like, oh, they? I mean, they're just scary and evil. Like, that's it. Like, they threaten people, like in that Franklin book, which actually is way worse than the Epstein case. But there's probably a lot worse shit about Epstein that we don't know. Because a lot of the stuff that's public is like, oh, this 16 or 17-year-old girl, but the Franklin scandal was, like, kids, like, really. And this was FBI connected, and they came in and they stopped people from investigating. This is tons of people he interviewed in the book, like, and, you know, I was like, okay, maybe, is there a way that this could not be true? And it would have to mean all of those people are lying. And, like, because I read that book, I know that they threaten people And that's probably why these people now are going, oh, there's, he didn't off himself. And also, the files had nothing in there. I don't know. Like, we all of a sudden came to that realization after they happened to visit us, and say, they were probably like, oh, Mr. Patel, like, so you have kids, right? Wouldn't you like to see them grow up? I mean, that's seriously the level that they were doing, in stuff I've read. And, like I said, unless all that is fake, which I guess I hope it is, but I don't know what they do. Like, can somebody tell me what? Oh, they, like, everything you hear about them is horrible shit. Like, actually, maybe I'll just Google that real quick. What good things has the FBI or CIA done? Let's see. Well, this is Reddit. I know this is not a great source. I don't want to go to like CIA and FBI.gov and get the answer. I don't know. See, there's hardly any links coming. There's hardly any coming. Yeah, there's. Oh, look at all their fascinating missions. That's not, 5 good things. Like, look at how they have to phrase it. And here's one from the New Yorker. Has the CIA done more harm than good? And how can you say the FBI would be different? Like, why is there 2 3-letter agencies? Like, I don't even understand. I don't actually know the differences. What is the CIA? Foreign Intelligence Service. So they do secret espionage type stuff to identify and address threats to U.S. interests. I mean, so there you go. Imagine what they have to do to address threats, guys. They conduct covert operations such as sabotage and political influence. See, this is open. This is out in the open. And that's already pretty terrible. Like, CIA versus FBI. The FBI is the U.S. Okay, so the FBI looks at the U.S. more from domestic threats, like people at the January 6th thing. See, look at this on Reddit. What are meaningfully positive achievements of the CIA? Somebody says they invented the lithium battery, and then to power surveillance equipment. So it's all right. That's good. They invented okay, to spy on people. They got us the animated version of, they made the animated version of Animal Farm. I'm sure that isn't loaded with propaganda or anything. Like, how do you defend this? Like, so if you are defending, wow, something's going on with my audio. If you are defending, either of these 3-letter agencies, you still are admitting that they will do anything to reach their goals. Like, the only way you probably can defend them is if you're like super patriotic, I guess. And even then, like, sorry, my audio is being weird. All right, let me look at this. 5 good things the CIA is responsible for on this random website. I mean, yeah, they are in a lot of shows and movies, which I'm positive that they also advise on those shows. Like, there's a lot of evidence for that too. They have made tech advances for pacemakers and breast cancer screenings. Well, if that's true, I think it seems like this is just a happen to help with that. They helped with Google Earth. Again, another surveillance thing. They help with video games. J.J. Abrams' career. See, this is all bullshit. This is all stupid. Yeah, so nothing, I guess. I can't find anything good. They really went hard against prohibition, guys. They investigated Al Capone. Okay, I mean, I really don't care about a gangster who is giving alcohol out. Like, yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing. The best you could probably say is, oh, they identify foreign threats. But do they? When the Twin Tower thing happened? See how I'm trying to get around saying that? Yeah, but they're really scary, and if this Epstein Trump thing, even if you hate Trump, like, well, I could definitely see Biden doing this. I would see any politician doing this. People thought Trump wouldn't be because he kind of is a wild card, and but I didn't think he would be doing anything about this. Like, I will admit that, but I didn't also think that they would just act like it didn't happen. That's why I'm mad about it. Yeah, and so I was talking about comedy earlier, and the fact that I said I'm glad Trump won, I would maybe get banned, but from an open mic or something, or just like, I don't know, like, um, I mean, now it's maybe a little less, I don't know, but people are just really, I think, psyoped, basically. I mean, I'm not like, I don't really know about psyops. I know I use it as a term to mean like divided on purpose, like, probably by the CIA or FBI. Like, they probably actually go online and purposely try to divide people. I'm pretty sure, like, I saw this evidence that, like, some military base, they were running this, like, whole subreddit. So they were doing a ton of fake Reddit posts and shit and monitoring everything. So I'm sure that they do shit like that. They put stuff out there maybe to rile up people and make us fight, like, Black Lives Matter stuff. They probably are the ones that put those, like, all those random bricks or whatever people were seeing in 2020. And there's also the whole Gretchen Whitmer kidnapping thing, if you haven't heard of that. That is really crazy, and it's the FBI pretending to be right wing and pretending to try to kidnap her. And it's like, a lot of that stuff, I'm like, this is too evil and disturbing. I can't even read it. I'll be too upset. But it's also like, you really do get to a point where you're like, well, that's how it is, and you can't do anything about it. And there's kind of, you can relax almost. Like, George Carlin talked about, like, I forget what he said. He would always be like, he's just kind of watching everything circle the drain and everything go down. And I think a lot of people thought, oh, he's too cynical and he's miserable or something. Look at what happened. Like, he was right. Like, we were already getting pretty bad. By the time he died, I mean, he died after the Iraq War and the Patriot Act stuff, and that's still been going on. And then we had the NSA with Edward Snowden. sorry if I'm, I may be investigated now because I'm speaking the truth, and the government
is gonna fucking find me.
That's how it is, guys. And it's like, hey guys, just, look, just stop thinking about Epstein. Come on. There's floods going on. Come on, guys. Why would you ask me that, Stop thinking about it. It's weird it's weird that you care still about it. It's weird. And like, it's not about him because he's dead. It's not even about that Maxwell, it's like the fact that the reason why everyone's mad, well, the reason why I'm mad is because they just now went like, you know what? Go fuck yourself. You think you're going to get anything? No. That was literally a go fuck yourself to everybody. Like, just like the Biden. You know what else was? I mean, I don't know why people don't. Like, nobody protests about this stuff, which is actually what you should protest. They're like, hey, you know how Biden was senile and he had a debate where he just stared into space, which is the craziest shit. Like, that's the craziest political thing I've ever seen. I mean, it just is. Like, I've never seen a political debate, let alone any political anything, probably. And they just went, okay, Kamala now. The horrible candidate no one likes. No one liked her. They tried to be like, she's a woman. Guys, remember he liked women or whatever? Remember how, like, she's, I guess, black and or Indian Asian. Hey, not white and a woman. Hey, don't you like that? Come on, guys. Black lives or whatever lives matter. And I mean, I was scared she'd win because the same thing would continue. The economy would just go worse. More people would lose their job, and people are still getting laid off a lot. I know Trump's only been in, quote marks, only been in for 7 months now, but there's a lot of layoffs still happening, and I know a lot of them are shitty companies that are like probably evil, greedy companies. Microsoft, Google, companies that I wouldn't want to work for. That's another thing I was thinking, like, when you're like in college, you're like, oh, I want to work for Microsoft. I want to work for Google. And then, like, you realize that they treat you like shit probably. They probably don't even pay that well. You just get to say you work there. You're a cog in the... Like, you don't matter. They will lay you off right away. I don't know what those people did. I think a lot were HR, which is a dumb job. I do feel bad for anyone losing their job like that because I just had that happen. Even the like firings that Elon was doing, I was like, this is pretty ridiculous. Like, I know some got turned around in the court or whatever, but like that was I couldn't do that. Like, oh, you're all fired, fuck yourself. Like, unless somebody was like, oh, I research how to get rid of white people or something, something really radical. If they are DEI department, maybe I would, I still would feel bad about people losing their job though. Even though a lot of those activist kind of people kind of act like they don't care about their job, and they're like, you guys better say something about this issue of the week or I'm going to get upset. It's like, yeah, they could just let you go, and they will as soon as the economy gets a little bit, tiny bit bad. I mean, it doesn't even have to get bad. They just go, oh, it might get bad. We're going to go ahead and lay off 20,000 people. There's signs that it's staying the same, not even that it's getting bad. Like, hey, our profit hasn't grown as much as we wanted. All right, there goes 20K people. Like, you're gone. Don't work for these companies. Like, don't work for a big Google type of company. I mean, look at the leadership is basically how the company is. Like, everybody loved Apple, but Steve Jobs was, from everything I read and heard, a complete asshole. And yes, he had good ideas, like, and they're out of ideas now. And they suck now. And I guess he had good ideas because everything sucks that they do now, and it's just overpriced. And it works like it used to, I guess. But yeah, they all get huge tax breaks. They all hate paying tax. They hate having to do anything. Amazon, it's like this name brand everybody knows, but I would never want to work for them. I mean, so, just don't don't even want to work for those type of companies. And that's what's scary is you have to be like on top of how a company's doing. Like now I'm like paranoid about stuff like that. Like I'm like in the when companies will do like, oh, this is our monthly meeting or like quarterly meeting talking about how we're doing as a company. And now I'm like interested. Now I'm like, well, I have to hear, because if they're like, I don't know, we haven't done that as much as we like. If there's a slight anything, you have to think about what if they start doing layoffs. Like that will come, and they'll hopefully go for the jobs that are like dumb jobs. Like that's what I kept hearing about AI. Like I'm very against AI, but AI, by the way, and that has gotten me into arguments online. But however, I do have to use AI. I don't really hate it for like searching, like a Google type of thing, or getting a list or something, or I don't know, organizing maybe. Like little stuff, but like as soon as you are, oh, I'm gonna stop being creative. Oh, I'm gonna not do this. As soon as you're like, I'm gonna quit doing this thing that I used to know how to do. Like that's what I'm against it about, because I would love it if it's just automation, which like that's already going to take a lot of jobs and is already. And hopefully that's what they say. Oh, don't worry, unless you have one of these dumb jobs, like you have a data entry job. I don't know if there is a lot of jobs where it's like seems like they do nothing. Like even at my last company I worked at, they probably are going to get rid of those people. Depending on how, like, if your company's like, oh, we're invested in AI, then you have to worry. I mean, if your company's all about AI, then you better start thinking that you may have to find another job, because they're not doing that to make you happy and, oh, yay, I get to use this AI tool. No, you're going to probably get replaced. I mean, maybe not right away. And I don't think I can really, I mean, I'm keep trying to think of ways. How can I make, like, the more unique your job is, you should be okay, but like, who knows? Because everybody used to say, oh, like robots will replace all the factory people. No. Actually, no. It's just in the computers. So like there's no, like, we were all so dumb that we thought like it would be literal robots that walk around like Terminator or like iRobot or something. Oh no, they're gonna be those like silly metal robots like in Star Wars, and they're just gonna carry stuff around. No, that, because a lot of those are dumb jobs. If you're just packing boxes or something. No offense to those people who do those jobs, but I hated doing those jobs. Like I hate dumb jobs where you just have nothing. Because it would be like the longest day in the world if you're just like, all right, put this on the line, and then it goes down the line. Yeah, but so just if your company's like, and a lot of them will say shit. Don't be fooled by this. By the way, if they start saying, "Oh, we have to take advantage of AI, guys," we really have to. You got to start learning AI to be ahead, because then you're going to be more hireable. No, I don't get that line of thinking, because it's easy as fuck. Like, it's the easiest shit I've ever done. Are you kidding me? You have to learn ChatGPT. Anybody, a little kid can do that. A little kid out of the womb could be like, I just put this prompt in. Like, I mean, maybe like the art video. I haven't used AI video that much. I used one thing. I have made simple images, which is super easy. I use AI narration audio now, and that's very easy also. It's actually just getting better where you don't have to put directions in it. So yeah, every voiceover person is gone soon. And I feel bad about it, because I used to work with them for my work and stuff, like and yeah, they're probably no work is coming to them anymore. I mean, I can't even imagine, unless the AI is still kind of expensive and they're cheaper, maybe. You go on that Fiverr site or something. I mean, I would use them, but like, it's not up to me really. But yeah, just be aware of a lot of those things with your job, like, and I'm saying this as somebody, I really didn't know if I was going to get a job in my field again. I thought I was preparing to like just do shitty jobs and be out of my field that I went to school for. Like, and that could still happen to anyone. I mean, like, yeah, so just be aware of those I don't know why this became like a employment advice thing podcast. Tune in next time to my Eyes on the Workforce.
Eyes on the Workforce. Weekly, everyone. Eyes on the workforce. Stay tuned, stay vigilant. Do not go gentle into that good night. Keep resisting, everyone. No king. But Epstein's okay. But no king.